It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
Last we left off, Bell's Hells, after a violent incursion with Odahan Thule in the distant city of Bassaris, lost 3 of your troop, were able to recover 2, leaving Laudna dead and gone. But driven with hope and the inability to accept her loss, you took her body back with you to Drusar, and then, asking for aid from your leader, the Voice of the Tempest, to possibly figure out something that could be done here. Keyleth arrives, and while she lacks at this moment the resources and ability to do so, instead sends your troop to the city of Whitestone, where she thinks you might be able to find that hope. There you encounter 2 members of the council, the Chamber of Whitestone, Percival Derolo as well as Vexalia Derolo. Some tense moments based on the circumstances that surround Laudna's existence and current death. A divided idea on whether or not this is a good idea sends you all, along with Pike Trickfoot, the divine blessed figure that is able to seemingly restore Laudna to life. However, it is dangerous to do so with these 2 souls within Laudna's body, both Laudna's and Delilah Briarwood, who has a very bloody history with the people of Whitestone. Pike does believe there is a possibility you can separate this, and conducts a ritual to project your spirits into this dark, shadowy space where Laudna's spirit is currently held between the realms of the gods. Ahead of you, a somewhat cracked and desolate wall, and what looks to be a twisted city beyond it, where a massive leafless tree in the center looms. And that's where we left off. Chetney, as you take in the space around you, the odd distant purple coloration that fills the sky between the black nothing and that bit of green fog and light that just kind of taunts you at the distance in the direction of this city. What would you like to do?
You're never going to believe it. Maybe you should come look with your own eyes. Wait a second.
I mean, this is Whitestone, right?
I thought so too.
Yes,
See,
it is.
That's what it was to me.
Yeah, that's what I was
Similar
thinking,
brain pants.
Oh, wow. I mean, our first stop is probably the tree.
Yeah, let's advance on the tree. Quiet like.
There are chunks of stone jutting from places in the ground which appear to be broken, rising and falling in places, like some sort of odd seismic battering came to this landscape. Kind of giving odd levels to the town where some buildings rise higher than others and kind of gives this disjointed skyline to what you can see between the fog. Glancing up ahead, the building kind of, or the walkway carves to the left. You do not hear anybody moving, but what you do hear is a very faint rumble. Just a low. And as soon as you hear that, you look up and you see roofs shifting. Then coming to stop.
Follow me.
What?
Really? Closer. Yeah.
Okay.
More in the city.
Okay. You begin to push inward, and as you begin to step, all of you begin to pick up the sound too. As you begin to move further and further, following the turn of the road, and the road itself zigzags rapidly, and you can see areas where it shifts. There's more cracks and
Oh my god.
Wow.
What?
You pud.
What? Okay.
Well, don't catch it on anything
Gotcha.
up there. Oh my god.
But the sound begins to grow louder. And looking up, you can see other roofs beginning to almost like the city is readjusting. They
Like
seem
they're
to
sensing
be
us.
reactionary to pushing further into the city. The shifting begins to get louder. And right as you turn the corner to inspect it, the ground bursts open, and you watch as between the rock and bits of stone, bones just shoot outward in different directions, piercing the side stone walls of the buildings right in front of you and rising up about 25 feet or so, like twisted ribs from creatures that should not be this immense, 25 feet tall, that curve over and are jammed into and almost tangled with other bits of bone, sourceless out of the ground, and then it comes to rest, blocking your path forward.
Let's just keep moving. Let's back up and go around another house. Let's find another path.
Or bounce down. I'll tell you what. Let me stay up top. I'm gonna climb back to the roofs and stay low, and with a higher view, try to direct the group quietly from above.
That's above. So
Okay.
below.
Guiding the rest of the group, you leaping from rooftop to rooftop. You begin to push them back towards the entrance and towards where this is going. As you leap onto one of the final building rooftops to get to that area and help point them directly to where it is, you feel the building begin to shift under your feet, and looks like it's pushing to close in the gap that they're heading towards.
Oh, geez. The building I'm on is moving forward?
Yeah,
That's what you're saying?
And it's gonna cut us off?
it looks like it's moving in that direction.
Run!
I'm gonna stab the top corner of the building.
You go ahead and stab into the stone.
Nice.
You push the blade down. It meets the hard resistance of a rooftop that you'd expect, as well as like a heavily packed dirt and stone surface of ground, and then nothing. It slips right to the hilt. Then you feel warm on your fingers as the rooftop begins to bleed, and it stops moving.
Back the fuck up.
It stops moving.
Just splatter blood down on the road below. You're welcome. Keep going. Go, 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 go.
It's about this time that you hear a young voice speaking down an alleyway. From where you just emerged, you see this small slip of space that could barely fit Ashton at a side shoulders positioning.
What is it saying?
What kind of voice?
It's like a
Male,
young
female?
boy. You do hear, now that you're a little bit closer though, the young boy's voice say, "Well, I've been noticing you following me lately, Matilda. Why is that?" "It's okay, just making the other boys tease me on it, you know." Matilda, do you want to play a game with me?
We can all
Can I wave everyone forward and start creeping forward and see
Sure.
who he's
Roll
talking
stealth
to?
check.
28.
28. Okay. You stealth up to the edge of this alley, and you can see what is here, like kind of a small pocket alleyway, where like multiple of these thin spaces all collide into this kind of opening, maybe like 15 by 20 or so feet. And you see this young boy, kind of a shaggy mop of red hair that, just barely hides the top of his forehead. And you see standing across from him a flickering shadow, a feminine form like a young girl with a small purple glow in the chest. And the boy looks to it like it's listening. "Oh, come on, it'll be so fun. All the proper city kids play it. So a farm girl like you would really like it, I think." And the shadow just kind of flickers again for a moment.
Can I reach out with my mind? Can I try to talk to her?
You hear a voice in your head. Very young. "I don't know if I should say yes. I like him, though." The boy goes, "It's called Secret Treasures." And he kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls something out in his hand, looking towards the shadow.
Don't trust him.
Why? He's invited me to play a game. That's nice, right?
Laudna, tell us how to find you. Come home.
But I like him. See, I found something that I think is perfect for you. A treasure, and I want to give it to you, but first you need to tell me a secret. It's okay, you can tell me, and he steps in closer to the shadow.
Laudna, don't trust him.
You still see that, like, pulsing purple heart in the center of its chest, and in that moment it seems to almost look to you. Then it looks back at the boy, and then takes a step back. He goes, "What's wrong? It's just a game. Come on, don't you want your treasure?" Looks back at you, steps back again from the boy. "Well, come on, take it!" And he goes and opens his hand and throws a fistful of dirt in her direction. And she ducks out of the way and then dissipates into the wall behind her. And the boy goes, "Little shit!" And as he walks away, all the color just fades off his body, and you see this kind of ghostly material, ethereal form just vanish back into the city, unseen.
I'm just gonna reach out with my telepathic connection, because I made a connection with her.
Okay.
Matilda? Are you there?
Yeah?
I want to find you and help. Can you show me the path?
I'm just playing by myself.
Where are you?
I'm playing in the barn.
What did you say?
The barn.
Barn.
The barn. Is that outside of town?
Usually. But not today.
What does the barn look like?
What does the barn look like?
Well, it's kind of red, and it's tall. It's got big doors on it. I'm up at the top of it. There's a ladder you take, and I made some dolls.
Or can you hop up? See if you can find a red building. I don't know.
Red
It's
building.
kind of colorless here.
So I'll pop up.
You see one pristine structure on the western side, about 4 blocks up the way. A out-of-place, deep red barn with a faint, almost like a lantern glow from the open mow, the hay loft atop.
That way.
Let's go.
Blocks. I'm gonna stay up here.
Go.
Continuing on this path, as you begin to step and move forward, you begin to hear that rumbling once more. You, glancing from the rooftop, can see other portions of the city begin to shift and move. You watch these 2 neighborhoods seem to almost rotate around themselves before one of them falls inward and vanishes beneath a cloud of dust that builds up around it. Emerging from that, a spire.
Spire.
It begins to shift over in your direction.
Towards the group down below, or
Just, it's moving towards the neighborhood where you are.
Oh, great.
Like beelining it towards where...
Oh, great.
guys, big tall thing's coming our way.
Should we run?
Bones. Yeah.
Okay, run.
As you are now charging and darting down different alleys, running around from roadscapes, and as you move towards it, you can see the road tend to shift and move, like the ground is opening, about to swallow a section of that neighborhood, and you just dart off to the side before it manages to collapse in and begin to pull you in towards its direction. But you can make out that same distant lantern-like glow. You see that tower begin to emerge, and as it turns towards your direction, almost like it's gliding and pushing through the ground towards you like a shark fin over the city's horizon, the edges of it begin to pierce out, these finger-like bone protrusions, as it begins to angle downward, like it's about to carve downward in your direction. You run, you all push forward and manage to just barely escape from the other side of the shadow before you feel the in the ground behind you. Continue pushing, keeping your footing, and then eventually you can see the ladder that leads up into the hayloft
Oh, we made
of
it?
this barn above.
Wow.
We're coming up, honey.
As you're climbing up the ladder, you can see like heavy vine cover seems to be kind of creeping over the top of the barn. And with every rung that you climb, the vines seem to grow and grow, consuming the sides of the building at a pace that is deeply unnatural. Here in this hayloft, you can see scattered across the ground a bunch of drawings. You see a little blanket. You see a lantern that the wick is just lit ever so faintly to give like a soft glow to the interior. On the ground of this area, which looks a little more dilapidated than you expected, but still functional, you see a spread of tools, like small tools, a cluster of rough but charming homemade dolls. They're made from twigs and hay and whatever can be found, kind of scavenged. One that looks like a little person. What looks like a dress that's wrapped around like a little girl doll. One that looks almost like a bird with a bunch of scavenged feathers jammed into it haphazardly to kind of form the wings, but it just kind of looks like a ramshackle bird. And then another that looks like a bigger, taller woman with looks like jewelry has been placed over it. And as they're kind of laid out on the ground, one of them kind of lifts up, and you watch as the shadows from just beyond the lantern light begin to form up into a shape of an even younger little girl. Maybe like 3 years old.
Oh. 3?
It was made of flickering shadow. That same kind of small purple light in the chest.
Hey, Matilda. Hey.
The shadow form looks and acknowledges your presence.
You by yourself here?
Just 3.
In her head, she hears, "Who are the dolls, honey?"
I made a nice woman, and I made a bird that can take me away from here.
We can be that bird for you. We can take you away.
Where will we go?
Home. Somewhere safe. Is there a mean woman around here?
Yeah,
Do you know where she is?
she won't let me leave.
Have you seen her lately?
She's sort of out that way.
She points off the opposite side of the open hayloft door that just beyond me you can see there's the edge of the shape of the massive tree.
Have you tried to leave?
The tree won't let me.
Barn is currently now wrapped in ivy that's growing denser and darker. Looking at the leaves now, getting a better look at them, the leaves aren't green. They are dark gray to black.
I'm sorry to interrupt this very touching reunion. We should get out of here without the shadow.
Without?
Yeah.
We need her.
It's a trap. She's not confined in here.
Well, then let's just take her and see if she can...
Grab her, but let's go. And I jump out.
You go to jump, and now the ivy is hung down and enclosed the exit from this barn. As you go to leap, it like immediately chokes off the exit point. What do you do?
Oh, shit. I'm in mid-jump.
Like as you're about to go ahead and go for the leap,
No, stop. Fuck.
watch as more tendrils begin to wrap.
You want to try to cut our way out?
We could try.
I'm curious.
Do you have a secret way out of here?
Oh, no.
The shadow dissipates.
I hate it when Chetney's right.
The ivy is now
Well,
beginning to expand into the barn itself on
Alright.
both
Can you
entrances.
hammer your way out of the side or something?
I'm gonna start hacking at it.
Sure.
You carve through a heavy section of the vines and kind of leave an opening for you, about Orem's size if you were to leap now.
Sure, I'll go. I'll be the first out. But I'm gonna grab vines on the outside and try to continue to hack, hanging off
Okay.
the outside.
Cool. You hang back. The area where you cut through begins to close up, and the vines on your arm begin to wrap around your arm. You just barely pull out of the grasp. It's not extremely fast vines necessarily,
FCG,
but
Peg.
You land on the outside, and now glancing up in this dark space, you can see it is this cocoon-like dome of black ivy that has completely trapped the exterior of this.
I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to hit it just where that opening is. I'm going to try and open it up a little bit more.
You do push it partially open. It's not enough for you to squeeze through without some serious difficulty, which
I'm
you can
just
try.
trying to open it up for other people right now.
Okay.
I'll try to run through.
You just barely slip through. It is a bit of a fall.
Can I try to be under her and help break it when she...
Sure. Definitely breaking the fall for any damage, but you're going to be bruised.
Thank you.
Just disappears.
A little help here? Yep. Should we all cut? All right. How about we all cut together? You're small, medium, large. We'll all just cut together.
Sure.
All right.
Tiny hand.
On 3. 3. What are you cutting?
Three
You got
attacks.
something to cut with?
I have my moon signal, yeah.
After a few moments of thrashing about, you get the sense that you're not making enough headway to improve your chances of
I
escape.
got an idea. I draw my blade across my cheek, and fire comes up from the chisel. I try one more with fire.
I'm gonna try one more also, and this time I'm gonna spin my blade up with my right hand and bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon, making a second handsaw blade. And I'm gonna slice like that.
Okay. So as you carve through, the spiritual weapon seems to make a decent impact on part of it, but elements of its tendrils are now whipping out in your direction, attempting to grasp at whatever's damaging it. As you strike out, the flames flare up across it, and where the edge of the fire catches it, you watch the ivy kind of retract and pull away for a second. It kind of burns off and like ashes fall from where the flames hit.
So fire's good.
However, the three of you lose 1 hit die.
Oh.
You lose 2.
2 hit.
One
dice.
hit die?
Yes.
What does that mean?
From like short
You
rest.
can't
Yes.
short rest
Boop.
back.
Is as the vines begin to reach out and begin to like crawl up your arms, and as they do, you feel an element of your vitality just siphoned out of your
Everybody
body.
get back. I reach out behind my back and I pull out a stick of dynamite.
What is
I hold the wood chisel to it.
yeah.
I'm like, get back!
Speed up! We gotta go!
Speed the tape up, and it's just...
So, right at this beat, and you kind of glance over and can see where you threw the dynamite, it impacted, and the ivy kind of wrapped around it to almost consume it, except for where the spark is.
It didn't work.
It detonates. This horrible blasting sound just tears into the silence in the air around, and you can see the entryway is completely blown apart and open. Your exit out in the direction of where the 2 other compatriots of yours are is free for the moment.
Can we take the dollies? Can we take the
can if you'd
dollies
like
and
to,
with
yeah.
the necklace? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you go ahead and you grab the dogs.
Go.
You hear rumbling as you continue pushing further into the city.
Fuck out of here.
Let's go. Let's
Shut
go.
up, you run.
It's all bad everywhere.
Yeah.
As you push forward, arcing to the left around another pathway, kind of trying to inch your way in the direction of where the tree is, you pick up another bit of warm firelight. Another structure just down this kind of part of an alley that has a bit of a fire glow through a window.
Should we do, like, how far are we from this light?
Where you're standing right now, you just noticed it, probably about 60, 70 feet.
She just keeps
Just
getting
go
younger. If
closer
we get
and
in there and she's
do
a
a detect
baby.
thoughts.
Just saying.
I mean, I've still got a telepathic connection with her.
Okay, ask her if she's in a glowy place.
It's not for her, it's for
I
us.
reach out. Did you run?
And you hear Laudna's voice respond, older. Sounds like her, maybe a little younger than you know her as. Oh, hello.
Where are you?
Who's this?
It's Imogen. I'm a friend.
Oh, I'm very busy right now. I'm getting dressed.
Oh no.
Don't you do it. Don't fucking.
Are you going to a dinner?
Yeah, are you going too? Who is this?
Matilda?
Yeah?
Don't go.
I'm sorry, Matt. And you feel the connection kind of go cold for a second.
Is the light still up?
The light's still up.
popcorn.
Don't go.
Communication.
Greatest thing I've ever seen.
We can't change what happened back then. We can only handle right now. That's a distraction. You should go.
What are you saying?
So we can't change what happened.
If we can just keep her away from Delilah, maybe we can. Maybe Delilah will get stronger the closer that Laudna is. I don't know how it works.
All right, let's just go. How about two of us go and check
I'm
while the
going-
others stay
I'm going.
outside?
You going in?
I'm going in.
Let's do it. You can fly.
If I'm not
She
using
needs
it.
to.
Okay, sure.
All right, so the two of you end up going up to the.
You too?
Which,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
so as the two of them kind of rush up, there's a glass window that the light is from the interior of a building. As you approach and glance inside, you can immediately see what looks to be like a very modest farm home interior, complete with like a warm crackling fire in the hearth. You can see a sun-bleached rug that kind of denotes the center of the room, alongside a small dining table where the chairs, two of the three chairs, are turned towards the center of the room. Sitting on each of these chairs, you see a kind of an older, motherly-looking woman in kind of a nice, kind of pale green dress with an apron. Currently taking the apron off and is sitting down and pulling what looks to be something off of the table. In the other chair, you see an older man with tanned, rough hands, and looks like he's trying to get into an ill-fitted, nicer suit than he's used to wearing. And the woman kind of reaches over and takes a folded outfit, it looks like, a piece of clothing, and holds it outward. In the middle of the room, you now notice there is a flickering bit of shadow in a feminine teenage form.
Parents are sending her off.
Oh, they're going
Are
with
the
her.
parents going to dinner as well?
Matilda?
You see the shadow form kind of accepting this, what looks to be like a nice shawl and like a blouse, a simple blouse and a dark skirt, kind of unfolding it a bit and holding it and looking at it.
Can you hear me?
The shape kind of looks over your direction. Oh, hello, it's you.
Something bad's gonna happen. We're gonna help you, okay? When it starts to get scary, you just come find us. We're gonna get you home, okay?
You see the shape kind of look up at you and kind of like almost put a hand up to match yours across the glass. Woman's going, well, we have to be ready soon. They're not going to just wait for us. Come on, put it on. We have to go. This is the best dress I have. I gave you what I could wear, but you have to make us proud.
Matilda, I need you to remember it's not real. This isn't real. I need you to remember who you are. Remember us.
Go ahead and just roll a d20 for me. No modifiers.
Modifiers?
No modifiers.
So add a +10.
Okay, so
6.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
want it to be
That's right,
low
Matthew, that's
because otherwise your brain would explode.
Okay. That is a failure in the crux of
that's a
the-
failure. That's a failure in the
skill
crux.
checks. So like we're now at 3 successes and 1 failure, for
Failure.
certain
Cool.
For
moments.
something.
For certain moments.
Okay.
You watch as she takes the dress is now on her. The figure kind of looks out towards you, looks at the parents, and then turns and heads back into the house and begins to vanish up to what looks to be a distant room. The two parents kind of look at each other, kind of dumbfounded and angry. And then both of them
Oh no.
look towards you with the glass. Just like faint green sheen through the eyes. What do you do?
We're coming for you.
We made a promise, bitch.
You both like reach out towards you, screeching at the glass. The glass shatters, and both of them go reaching out towards both of you. You can see their jaws elongate unnaturally as their eyes just brighten with this like sickly, deep, bright green. The rest of you watch as the window shatters, and these kind of deep gray, black, slightly green tendrils of smoke seem to spear out and surround the torsos of both Imogen and Fern.
I was gonna run up and just take a big 360-degree arc, and attempt to bludgeon out the tendril that's attacking Imogen.
Go for it.
I'm taking 2 swipes.
2 swipes of that one. You got it. For the heavy woof, as you sweep through the hammer, you can see you carve a major chunk of its still kind of forming physical body out. As the second strike hits, it just barely glides past Imogen's face. The precision in which you strike and sweep down with it takes whatever the center of this incorporeal form is and slams it into the ground with a thunderous explosion. The ground cracks and dents from the impact of the hammer, and you watch as the somewhat ghostly smoke form dissipate into the air. Fern, I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Saw that happen.
Okay. 21.
21. As it pulls away, Fern, you feel this swirling entity around you, and suddenly your eyes go dark. The rest of you watch as it begins to push into her eyes, her nose, and her mouth, like it's trying to force its way into her to try and just burrow into Fern. You take it in, and you watch as it vanishes into Fern's body. She sits up straight. And how do you expel it?
Tickles. That went inside, right?
Yeah.
Can you make it
It's
go
weird,
outside?
I can feel it right here.
Can you get it out?
How?
I don't know.
Oh, God. She watches it, pours out both of her ears before reforming up above her.
I run up the side of Fern. Get away from my BL job!
It went into her and then it went out of her?
She forced it out.
Oh, she
First
forced
one's
it,
a
but it
natural
didn't do any
20, the
damage?
second one
No, it
is
was trying to
a-
take
Succeeded.
control.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
I'll run towards Fern after having blown it out of her ears, and I'll literally just run up her leg, jump up off her shoulder, and be like, ha! And land on her shoulder.
As you angrily cut through it, it angrily hisses as its body is just scattered in 14 different directions, and then eventually just dissipates into the atmosphere around it.
Thank you, Chet.
No problem.
What a team.
You okay, babe?
I'm doing swell.
Okay. And I backflip off her shoulders.
Leaving the lit interior of this room and the fight that just transpired behind you, you begin to push onward towards the center of the city. You can hear the shifting of buildings once more. But this time, the path is opening.
Oh, no.
The road begins to straighten. And as you turn the corner, there is a singular roadway that leads straight to the center, where you can now see, though still a distance from you, the base of the tree. And there a heavy fog, the faint green underlight just fills and nearly enshrouds the ground at the base of the tree.
Let's go.
All right. You don't need any healing there, Chet?
Teeny.
You okay?
Yeah. Save it.
Save it?
Save it in case someone goes down.
I will do my
I would
sympathetic.
like to remind you, as part of the spell, when anyone goes to 0 hit
Goes
points,
to hit points, they're out. That's
there's
right.
no
So
bringing
we
us
do have to
up.
keep everybody up. Fuck, that's true. So yeah, if you got it,
Okay.
as long as you have ways of
I will.
don't get rid of everything you have.
I'll pump a cure wounds into you, Chetney.
I also reach in and I take out a potion vial that's got some gray liquid in it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, you're doing it.
Potion of possibility.
I'm gonna do it too.
Okay, so both of you drink potions of possibility that gives you each 2 motes.
8 hours.
So, ready to move forward?
Yes. Reservoir Dog Walk.
You clamber in the direction of this tree. Resolute, tense. Everything you could possibly muster at your disposal in preparation of what greets you here. You can see that eerie green light just fills the entire landscape around you. You can see that towering, dreadful shape, the tree. The leafless branches tangled and climb like stretching arms, reaching for solace and finding none. Dozens of lengths of rope just dangle from different branches at different lengths, cut or left open at the end. A flicker of dark purple sparks across the ground. It begins to swirl into a torrent of ominous power that rises and coalesces into another shadowy form. This one, a scattered amethyst being of swirling haze and evil presence, vaguely feminine in form as it stands there before you. Fond memory. Well, interesting to see you all face to face finally. What now?
Do we see Laudna anywhere here?
You can make a perception check.
That's 25.
25. Glancing quickly about the space, you can see the boulders and rock shelves of this kind of broken center of the city. You see that faint, similar coloration to the energy that makes up Delilah's form. That very faint purple glow embedded deep into the trees' canopy boughs. You're a bit far to see the details specifically, but you did roll a 25. You see almost like a cage of the branches wrapped tightly around a space, forming a boundary of some kind. And that glimmer of purple energy within.
I'm going to just step forward and say, ma'am, we don't know you very well, but we've heard some about you in your past. And I can say that in my experience, people who traumatize others have had trauma themselves. And if there's anything that you want to talk about or share, we will listen to you and hear you without judgment.
So you've come here to offer me therapy?
If you need it,
That
everyone
sounds like a pretty amazing deal.
could use a chance to just talk and be heard.
Strange metal child. You do not know where I have been, the things I have bound, the secrets that tether through my very essence. You know not the limitations that I've broken, and the eternity that awaits him, me, and all others that walk in his shadow. You know nothing.
Aren't you technically older than her?
I mean, I have been killing for 1,000 years.
That's true.
If you truly do love your friend, then trust that I carry the same care for her that you do. So, there's no continue quarrel here.
That's actually true. Sorry, I have an interesting perspective on it.
Oh?
Yeah, we've kind of been, watching from the outside, but just a guess, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. You need Laudna to be alive, correct?
She is the most convenient option before me, yes.
Well, we need Laudna to be alive too. So there is a shared interest there. But it depends on what kind of a deal can be struck. Because currently she's not. That sucks for us, but I think it sucks even more for you.
The fastest path to my interests lie in yours as well. Should they fail and you fail, I'll find other ways. Less convenient, more time-consuming. The choice is yours, really. Now, as we stand at this impasse, may I also express that the gifts that I grant her, what a paltry example of the greater gifts I can offer you all.
Ooh.
There are many rewards for both capability and loyalty. And you've proven this day to be quite capable. As it stands, we are not two beings cohabitating a form. We are one being. If you are to bring her back, I am to go with, and if you are to leave her dead, then so I, too, fade till I find my next path, and my vengeance along with it.
One more follow-up. I'm sorry to take so much of your time. I know you got busy ghost stuff to do, but we think she's awful special. And you do too. May I just ask what you found special about Laudna, or why did you choose her?
Some children have a gift. I found I had a gift for learning. Her? She was one of the lucky to be born with something. But I didn't see that at the outset. She was useful. I had to prove a point. And she was in the right place at the right time. Fate, or whatever you might call it, deigned that we meet at that time. Look, you try and tear me away, her soul is sundered. You bring us back, we both live. It's that easy. Either you stand here and die, or return and continue the path if you care about her so and bring her back. Or you hate me so much that you let her die, and I'll just find another way. The choice is yours.
Yeah, I think this is a good deal.
Wait, what's the deal?
Well, that, we bring Laudna back and that Delilah gets her ride. But I think we probably need to hear from Laudna, too.
She's around.
Would you mind if we just had a quick word to verify her intent?
I don't think that's necessary in the circumstances, and she's a bit preoccupied.
Preoccupied?
I actually do think it's very necessary.
Yeah, we might have to insist.
Yeah.
Because you see, even if we die here, we just pop back and go back to being sad without our friend. But you, I know a couple things about a bullshitter. You're a real good one. But you got the teensiest little crack. I want to help you out because I miss our friend. But you're going to have to work with us. And that means hearing from Laudna, even for a minute.
Roll a deception check.
Guidance.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Fuck yes.
I did.
Ooh. Yes.
D4. 26.
26.
Damn.
Laudna, darling. And she looks up, you hear the creaking of wood and branches pull apart ever so faintly, and now you can see that purple glow in this kind of flickering shadow form. Now, the same body, the same shape as what you saw put on that dress in that earlier vision. Marisha, you want to take my seat here for a second?
Do this? That's illegal! That's illegal! What is this? What happens? This isn't a thing? You can't have two people over there. No. Wait, you're leaving!
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I know. That's the fun part of it. We're off the rails, girl. Welcome to my world. So, suddenly, you, in this dark space, reliving various elements of your trauma, lost in the expanse of cold nothing, to whatever level of acceptance or struggle that you feel, your vision clarifies, and it's almost like taking a breath. If breath was a thing that you dealt with, you glance beyond the cage-like branches of the tree as they open, and you hear Imogen's voice say your name.
Laudna?
Imogen.
We're gonna get you home, okay?
I forgot how much I hate it here.
Can you get out? Can you get out of the tree?
I think that depends on you, darling.
I need you to fight her. I need you to fight her.
I haven't been able to fight her for 30 odd years.
We're here now. We'll help.
Can we all hear her?
The branches.
Is she less than... Is she 30 feet away?
She's more than 30 feet away.
She like 150? How far away is
About, I'd say, 90 to 100 feet from you. There's an upward angle at the distant part of the tree.
Okay.
As the branches begin to close, you can step away
Oh,
for a moment.
no!
You were the DM. You could have said Delilah turned into a fart. Why didn't you?
Too late! Too late!
As the branches close once more in the tree, Delilah raises a finger. That's unsporting.
Did she hear any of it? Could she hear my thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Delilah Briarwood. We're gonna sunder you. And I'm gonna psychic lance her.
Yeah, let's go! Let's fucking go!
Okay. Winged roll initiative. She was ready for that shit, so...
Marisha, come sit there! Come sit there while he's getting his
Is he
shit!
about to bring out a giant dead tree? Is that what's about to happen?
That's
You
what's
kill her
happening.
immediately, and she just
Oh, Matthew Mercer!
Ow.
What? How did you make that?
What the?
Oh my goodness.
With that, top of the round, Orm.
Okay, Orem is going to just hop onto Ashton's hammer and say, Ash, can you get me in that tree? And I'm going to hold my action to climb fucking ropes or tree or whatever is necessary if he can launch me.
Okay, so finishing that go, Ashton, you're up.
I'm going to run forward a bit with Orem on my hammer. Slightly, almost dragging it behind me. Just going to take a bunch of spins, a hammer toss, and whenever you feel like jumping, you can jump. So
Okay. All right, so you go ahead and swing the hammer. You leap, and in the circumstances, whether it be just the necrotic energy in the air, the force isn't there, and as Ashton swings, the foot slips, and you arc just about 20 or so feet, instead landing
God damn it.
It's okay.
too high of an arc and then landing about there.
Okay.
Shit. That's on me.
Well, if I held to get up the tree, can I use my action to dash to the tree?
I'll allow it.
Okay. I will get on the roots then.
Okay. So that brings us to the initial count of 20. Delilah gets a layer action.
Of course.
Ward of the Corrupt.
Lord of the Corrupt.
The trunk of the tree begins to glow a deep, menacing purple, almost black coloration. And as it does, you watch as these kind of light, sparkling little ribbons and tethers kind of ripple off of the sun tree and wrap around Delilah and form this kind of almost ephemeral shield around her. All right, so that finishes the layer action. It's now Delilah's go.
No!
She's going to summon undead.
No.
Doesn't seem right.
She raises her left arm again. And blows a kiss out in your direction.
So
You watch
anime.
this kind of like spiral of greenish energy kind of splinter off and strike the ground where it begins to break. And you watch as 5 skeletons begin to pull themselves out of the ground around you.
I'm into it.
All right, that's going to go ahead and end her turn.
I'm gonna step forward, not really knowing how this works. And I'm gonna hold up the only holy thing that I have, which is this coin. And I'm gonna just say, "Be gone, you foul creatures!" And I'll turn undead.
Okay.
I don't know what that does.
Describe to me how this apparates out of the coin.
It's a tiny coin being held in my tiny little hand, and I'll just say it has like an insanely wide ray of gigantic light that it shouldn't be that big, but it's so powerful I recoil back and I just go crazy with it, and it's spraying all over the place.
Perfect. You watch these skeletons like turn towards it and just get scattered into nothing. The one still stands.
Okay, I missed one.
At the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use legendary action to do a necrotic burst.
Oh no.
Angrily at you.
Okay.
You both destroyed the shield and you destroyed a lot of the skeletons.
At you.
As she floats up there. Really? I had just brought them out to play. Points at you and you watch as this kind of burst of black energy arcs towards you, the same one that you saw earlier. That is 22 points of necrotic damage to you.
22.
And you are moved 10 feet in a direction
Ouch.
of a choice, which will be...
That hurts.
All right, it's now Imogen's turn.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and I'm gonna look past the skeleton and I'm just gonna say, "Give her back." And I'm gonna cast lightning bolt through
Okay.
the skeleton at Delilah.
All right. The skeleton is barely staying the bolt, kind of like through, and you watch like most of its ribs are destroyed, and it's like one arm is kind of dangling, and it's like its jaw's gone.
I am going to... You're just gonna see Imogen's eyes flicker red. And my arms are gonna flare up. And I'm gonna call Ruidus.
What does that mean?
What?
Oh, okay.
What?
Call Ruidus?
As the lightning bolt leaves your fingers, and you watch as the strike goes through, and that moment where the form of the lightning itself, the arc kind of begins to fade. It pulses a second time, instead with red energy that just cruises through. You watch as the bolt designs, the like marks up Imogen's arms suddenly flare a deep red. Her eyes flare a deep red, and the secondary strike impacts Delilah. You watch as her body like takes the hit, and the sun tree itself also like flares angrily with purple energy, almost like you struck her and the tree reacted.
Oh!
All right, does that finish your turn?
Oh my god.
Orem, you're up.
Okay, go with me on this. Here's what I want to do. This is on the opposite side of the tree from you, but there is about 10 to 15 feet of 45-degree angle root ramp up the side of the tree.
Yeah.
Orem is going to bolt up that ramp, run 5 feet up the tree, and with those boots of striding and springing, leap, like push away as hard as you can away from the tree and grab the nearest low-hanging rope.
Okay.
And then I want to use my action as he swings up into the air to flex my little halfling abs as hard as I can, and on the downswing, and toss myself up and try to grab branch.
So you grab the rope, using the momentum, swing up I'll say you do land in the branches, but the arc of it doesn't get you super close.
Right.
So you're kind of up
That's amazing. That's amazing.
this space of the tree right there.
Yes.
Finishing your go, it is now back to initiative count 20. The tree
Oh boy.
Yep.
just swallows Laudna into its trunk.
I don't care.
That's going to finish that. It's now Delilah's turn. She's going to aim at... she's going to hit you. She's going to go ahead and go after you, Orem.
Cool.
She's going to go and attempt to tear you out of the branch.
Damn it.
Attempt to. You are in there. I will give you the opportunity to roll a strength saving throw to try and hold on to the branch you are on.
It's not gonna succeed.
Be positive.
Be positive you knew it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Come on! Yes! You gotta believe it!
Fuck you, Delilah!
Holy shit!
I feel real bad if I said that
Yeah?
out loud and it didn't happen.
As the tether yanks, the branches bend and bend, but then
Oh my god.
holds you in place.
What a fucking time to roll it.
Oh god. That's high. That would have been real bad.
Yeah, man.
SCG, 16 points of necrotic damage.
Can I transfer suffering from myself?
No.
Can you?
Are you in range of my 20?
Yes.
Because I just got a 20.
There's no roll.
Yeah.
This is a hit.
This is a hit.
Okay.
Okay.
But what if I just... Oh, no.
Are you at 0? As FCG gets struck, you watch as the spiritual form that is like looking around, ready to go ahead and lend more aid, and then
Well,
is gone.
Oh god.
well, like that. That's a great prop. Can we get Han here? That was a great prop.
What's
that?
No, this is.
Go hang out with Marisha.
Fern, you're up.
Feeling it out.
Mister's still gonna make his way towards the tree.
Okay.
We're 30 feet. And he's gonna shoot some flame seeds at the trunk of the tree.
As the flame seed hits, it impacts and splatters on the trunk of the tree, and the flames flash and begin to burn on its side. It's a tree. It burns it a lot more than standard things would burn from an impact. And the flames, you can see it kind of burning on the side. And as it flashes and impacts, you see that purple glow kind of flicker within. You see some of the branches kind of shake. And you see Delilah off in the corner kind of like...
Okay. So I'm going to, I am going to cast Scorching Ray at the tree.
Which parts of the tree are you aiming for?
I want to aim it sort of near where I think Laudna is, but trying to sort of carve some...
I'll say specifically, there's the boughs, there's the trunk, and there's the roots.
Let's go roots.
Okay, so aiming for the roots. You got it. Your first ray strikes the bottom of the roots, and where the flames are, they catch and begin to burn and crackle. You can see the dried exterior of the tree beginning to blacken, and some of the roots that you've seen shift and tear through are starting to like retract slightly.
Fuck. Should I do it?
Go.
Okay.
Go. There's no time
I'm
for
gonna do the
timidness.
top of the tree.
Okay. As you strike the top of the tree, you can see the flames burst and then catch on the branches. We have both flames on the roots, and we have flames catching up.
This is our type of game, you guys.
Oh, don't we just go through this?
What's Delilah doing? Was she
You
affected
glance
by
over,
that?
and with the second impact too,
Boy.
you can see the kind of confident form of Delilah also kind of like you're striking the roots and you watch the bottom kind of flicker out. You strike the boughs of it and the flame catches, and you watch as part of her shoulder kind of flickers out a bit too.
Okay. She is the tree. So I will shoot for the bough of the tree again.
Okay, roll for a third attack.
Come on. Okay, that's just 6 points of damage. And as I do that one, I'm just gonna look right at her.
Okay. Just gonna glare, and as you fire the third streaking mass of magical flame outward.
Oh, is this hurting you?
it strikes and a large branch just slams onto the ground, Ash, and you just barely, like, it misses you by 5 feet. As it hits the ground, burning fire is catching in the top of the tree, and glaring at Delilah, you see this kind of, like, glare in her eyes as she, like, and you see part of where, like, the hair, the weird, like, ethereal portion of her head and her hair begins to kind of untether and begin to, like, flicker.
Oh.
Orem,
Okay, so what I would love to do is try to push down hard and spring 15 feet to another branch, and then do it again and get my full 30 feet of movement by hopping to a branch, if I can.
It's a difficult acrobatics check, especially with now the smoke and the flames beginning to fill the branches.
Natural 20.
Are you fucking serious?
Let's go.
That fucking moon dice, man. Holy shit.
That's Will.
You know what? That's a 12.
That's Will. Does that get me to the spot where she got pulled into the tree?
Yeah, it will get you over to that spot.
Okay, for now, I'm just, he just, in a panic says, Laudna, Matilda, buddy, come on. You gotta come walk in the sun with us. And I'm gonna start, I'm gonna take 2 swings at the tree and try to cut through.
You slash your blade as deep as you can. As you cut through, you hit some sort of life main line, remaining tether of the top part of the tree. And as you cut it, you watch as some of the branches begin to, like, tumbling, like the opening of a dying rose that's losing its petals. The boughs are destroyed.
Okay.
As it curls open, you do not see in the space Laudna. What you do see is the space where she once was, and it kind of comes to a point, like she was drawn deeper into the tree below. But the top is destroyed, and in doing so, destroys one of the lair actions. Also, Delilah, the feminine form that you saw, she looks back as you hack, and the branches begin to fall, and you watch as the beautiful humanoid woman piercing stare shrivels into a skull visage, these vacant holes where her eyes were, the lips pulled back to exposed teeth, and the skeletal jaw, and green flames flicker where the eyes once were. Get down!
Oh, jeez.
Beep, 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 beep.
Legendary action. It's an erotic burst towards you. You do have half cover being up there in the tree. That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
That is...
I was saving for something.
42 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
you watch her angrily release the streak of shadow tendril, and in one instant, Orm's spiritual form just...
Oh, man! Oh, God.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Fuck!
Imogen, you're up.
Yep, you're right.
I'm gonna just take this that Ashton gave me.
Actually, at the end of your turn, she does have her other legendary action. She's going to go ahead and... She's going to go for you. That's what she would do.
Oh, I guess I didn't take it because
It's going to be a 19 to hit.
I'll use that last mode I have to try to make her reroll.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Natural 1.
Oh!
Oh!
Ooh.
Why is it the same face? Get a different face.
I know, it's almost the same one. I thought it was a 20.
My eyes are gonna flare white, and I'm just gonna lightning bolt the tree trunk because it sets anything on fire that it hits.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Vortex storms. Let's go.
8. Come on. Ah! Ooh. 12. 22. 25. 31, 33 points of lightning damage.
Gotcha. How do you want to...
No!
The tree wreathed in flames, top to bottom, the center trunk itself charred and beginning to catch. Delilah, ready to just tear the life force out of each of your companions, already 2 scattered to the winds. You narrowly avoiding being the next target and shunting you from this realm to help him. What do?
I'm gonna lightning bolt the tree trunk, and I'm gonna aim it right at the center of the trunk so I can split it straight down the middle and make the 2 halves crash down.
Okay. The bolt impacts. You watch as it hits the wood, splinters down the center. This corrupt, desolate sun tree
Shading it down.
gets burned down the center as it peels back. Bits of wood go splintering, flying everywhere. There's a moment where you carve down before there's a blast of impact from the bolt hitting the heart of the tree. The trunk itself finishes dividing entirely. At that point, there is a flash of white. You see for a brief instant that shadow form of Laudna, now pulled free from the center of the tree. You hear Delilah screech, "No!" Into white.
No! Delilah dissipated?
You wake up. You wake up. You wake up. You wake up. And FCG and Orem, who have already woken up, on the floor of Pike Trickfoot's home in Whitestone. And that's where we're gonna